My name is Amy. I'm 35 years old. I'm a mother of 2 young girls, ages 2 and 10 months old, and I'm uploading my very first video to YouTube because I was recently diagnosed with breast cancer, and I wanted to document my journey so that it could be a resource to others. I'll be talking about how I found the lump, what the process looked like to get it discovered, and what my results were, what my next steps will be, and then hopefully showing a little bit more along the journey. A little background about myself. I had my second child 10 months ago, and so around April 2021 is when I stopped pumping and breastfeeding. I already had a lump on my left breast, and I thought it was due to breastfeeding. So I ignored it, but when I stopped pumping and breastfeeding around April, the lump actually got larger. And so it was a little alarming. I scheduled my woman's exam with my OBGYN in May 2021, and she ordered a mammogram. So I went in for mammogram, which also pointed towards a breast ultrasound. And then 2 weeks later, May 24th, is when I had my biopsy done on my breast. Just a little FYI, breast biopsies are quite painful. They're not as easy as I thought. Even though I birthed 2 children, I suffer from severe migraines. The biopsy was painful. I cried like a baby. It was short though. It was about 15 minutes long. So not trying to give you more anything to be worried about, but just to let you know it's not an easy process. Once the biopsy was conducted, my lab results were posted May 30th, which was a weekend during the Memorial Day weekend. So I did what anyone else would do in today's age, which is search online for all your lab results. I became quite educated in this area quickly because I had to. I learned for breast cancer there are 3 main receptors that you get tested for. There's the estrogen receptor, there is the progesterone receptor, and HER2 receptor. I tested negative for all 3, which means that it's a little bit harder to understand what is causing the cancer in my body. Also, my Ki-67 marker was quite high at 70%, and the growth rate was about grade 3. So looking at these results over the weekend, it was definitely not how I was expecting to spend my weekend, but nonetheless, here I am. I did get a call this week from the OBGYN, and she confirmed that I did have breast cancer. So my next step was to meet with oncologist. You know, at this moment, I'm still in a daze. There are days where I don't understand what's going on. Actually, within one day, there's a lot of emotion. So in one day, I probably cried about 5 times in between everything. And I've heard this is very normal. And so my husband has been my rock. He has scheduled that first appointment for me. I live in Houston, Texas, which is considered the medical hub of the world. So I've been very blessed that it's in my neighborhood. So I start my appointment next week with them. And a little bit about MD Anderson. Right now they have a strict no visitor policy due to COVID. You have to take a COVID test a few days before at their facility. And I'm also redoing a mammogram and breast ultrasound at their facility before my appointment next week. Right now my emotions are all over the place. It's a roller coaster every day. You know, there are days when I cry because I want to live just to raise my 2 girls. But then there are days where I am thinking about possibly a boob job that I always wanted that I never could justify for. And so I'm trying to take it day by day. I'll be taking you guys along with me and showing as much as I can, whether it be the facility or the experience. Also, I want to be a resource. So if you have any questions for me, or you are going through this journey around the same time as I am, please don't hesitate to reach out. I would love to connect with you. And hopefully we beat this thing once and for all.